What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Germ, one half of Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Each and every Friday, Queen Germ and myself drop an episode to show the people how Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Now, we're not like most married couples. Most of the time we disagree, but that's the beauty of the show. So, when you get through listening to Sparrows UnderReview, come give us a listen. Each and every Friday on any DSP, go look for Pod and Saved Our Marriage.
Welcome to Sparrows UnderReview. My name is Stacey.
Dang,
See, that's why I don't do the introductions, and I just wait for you.
It seems like you haven't been on a podcast in quite some time.
I mean, you don't invite me to do anything anymore.
Well, I will say this about the show. The show's become batch because I will say this summer has been pretty interesting when it's come to movies. And the movie we're going to talk about today is based off of a video game by 2K Games and Gearbox.
If you didn't know already, that is JR.
Yeah, I'm JR. And the game we're going to be talking about in movie is Borderlands. Borderlands is something very interesting to me, and here's the take on this. Borderlands is not a video game that gets very much attention from me. It's something that's been part of my collection on all three systems, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. Only been played on the Switch by both of us together, and the last time we played this game was during the pandemic.
The start of the pandemic.
The start of the pandemic.
Because it was pretty wide there, so that's a long range.
So a funny thing about this movie was stuck in pandemic purgatory. This movie was announced in 2015, I believe. Lionsgate is the company that has worked with this movie. And a crazy thing is the casting from this was from May 2021 or 2020 to April 2021. Cate Blanchett, oh damn, I'm making all kinds of noise. Is the star of this movie, and this movie right here was actually recorded and finished in 2022. This movie was not released until 2024. So just to give you a background on this movie, it is based off a video game, and there's a lot that you can go into in this game. We'll tell you a lot more. There's also a Telltale series that does a background story if you want to learn more about this. So, Stacey, give us your first impression of this movie.
I mean, you have to have a good attention span to watch it. There were parts to me that were kind of, I don't want to say boring, because it wasn't that boring. It's just, it wasn't drawing me in I wasn't able to keep my focus on the movie the entire time. I had to have my phone with me, or else I probably wouldn't have finished it. It had some funny parts, some funny parts in it. I mean, overall, I thought it was a pretty decent movie.
Okay. For me, just going with the cast, Cate Blanchett really doesn't mean anything to me. Kevin Hart, Jack Black. Because Jack Black being the humor in this, which Kevin Hart was funny in this movie too. I'm going to be 100% honest with everyone. This movie was fine. With me not being very well versed in the material, I watched it because I played Borderlands a little bit here and there, and I was like, hey, they're making a Borderlands movie and it's got Kevin Hart in it. Also has a surprising appearance by Jamie Lee Curtis, for her to be doing a movie like this. So for me, when we watched the movie held its own in this sense that it was very hard to keep my attention, which it should never have a problem doing that. Because, I mean, even I picked up my phone and darted off and wrote a few things down. And the ending of this movie is what kind of threw me for a loop. But we'll talk about that later. So let's get into this whole thing. So since this movie set in pandemic or COVID-19 pandemic hell, for being a movie that was filmed during that time and being released later, the public has said that this movie's horrible. They pretty much basically said that, it didn't do very well in the box office. Movie being released on August 9th and then being available before August 30th with so much star power and so much money behind it. Had a pretty big budget. I think it was like $120 million. It only made $30 million. Now, this is stacked up against some heavy hitters we'll be talking about that you all will be hearing about. There was a lady, what was her name? Colleen Hoover, I believe that's her name. She had a movie come out a week before this. Are you familiar? What's the name of that movie?
It Ends With Us.
Yeah, Ends With Us. It Ends With Us. I'm sorry, audience. It Ends With Us. I was thinking about a TV show called The Last of Us or something, and that's why I keep getting that name mixed up. For some reason, I want that to be called that. So it's gone up against some strong movies, and then this overall deal with Wolverine and Deadpool still running the box office and still making money. Despicable Me still making money, and all these other movies, and that's Despicable Me 4. So this movie didn't come out at a good time during the summer, very beginning of August. So that's a hard sell for people. To me, the story was hard to follow. It was all over the place. I mean, it gave you a central plot and a line, and it didn't develop any type of character development. It made you not feel anything for any of the characters, in my opinion.
I mean, I think that's the whole point of the movie. Like, it played it like the video game. You don't get all of that background in a video game. So this is the one time where I'm okay with not having any type of history, is because what are you going to do? Make it up? That wouldn't make any sense, trying to tie it and compare it to the video game. It gave us enough history to kind of know what happened to your main character in her life. I mean, that's all the background we really needed.
Right, and it did a very good job of detailing Pandora, the world that they were on, and playing the game. And, you know, with, like I said, we played very limitedly, and I will actually probably go back and fire it up on the Xbox because I have all of them on there. And I'm going to look and see how the world plays out. And what I will say to people, I will encourage to go play the game first before you watch this if you have that chance, because it is a 2-player co-op game, so you can both run around and see what the game's like and compare it. The Claptrap, which is the robot in this, he plays a big role in the video game, and the way that he was portrayed in this movie was very well. If it wasn't for Claptrap, or whatever you want to call him, I don't think I would have been able to stomach through this movie. Like, to be honest, because he was the building, or he or she, I don't know exactly what it is. That robot bridged the gap between certain things in the movie. If it wasn't for him, certain parts of comic relief and things wouldn't take place.
Right.
So I'll say watch this with a grain of salt. Be very careful with it. And I never mean to make a very short review by me because I'm never biased. But to be honest with you, this was not a good movie.
I mean, I didn't think it was awful. And I mean, I don't know why you made that comment. It makes you sound like we're done with the podcast episode. I don't know what you keep hitting, but
I'm not hitting anything.
Like, I didn't hit nothing there.
I'm getting so we're back using the shock mounts, everyone. So you're going to hear a little toon and some different things.
Or
back to the original way of using the show, or how the show was created.
Anyway, so we'll jump into the positives. I liked the Psycho.
Yes.
Like, I like how that character developed. I do like some of the humor that was within it. Some of the things didn't make sense at first, but once other parts of the movie happened, it made more sense. I personally have not played through the video game. I don't know. I think we played, maybe an hour or something like that. And I like the twist. To me, as a person never playing the video game and not knowing the whole plot and the point of it, I liked how they did that in the movie. I was surprised. I was like, oh snap, that was wrong. Like, I was probably the majority of some people that have never seen the game are going to think this person is the person you're saving and trying to help and protect and all that stuff. And I enjoyed that part.
And I did like the part about the young lady being in this, because she has her own side game called Tiny Tina. And the character's name is Tiny Tina. And a lot of people will reference this game because even Stacey actually owns a copy of this game, Tiny Tina. It sits on her shelf in her, in her video game collection. So I like the idea of Tiny Tina being the main character for this, because it lets you tie into more things than just Borderlands, the side projects that were involved in this. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is the name of that game. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. And I will say, if you look at these characters and you think of things like a cosplay type deal, you can tell where this game has veins beyond just being a video game. That's one thing I will give it credit for. And
right, kind of like what you said to me yesterday, I feel like I'm going to see quite a few of these characters at the next Comic-Con we go to.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I will say, as a cultural aspect, this game, being as big as it is, and Borderlands being something that has spawned 3 games altogether, plus the Tall Tale games that tell a backstory, it has its following. And it seems like when I went in after watching the movie and reading other reviews, like of actual people that are fans of this, they didn't mind the movie. The only confusion I had with all this is that with all those games and all this background stuff, that if you do the research on it and go watch the movie did justice for the characters in certain levels, and it stayed true to what the characters look like and different things like that. So I had no problem with it being a video game tie-over movie or anything like that. It just seemed like something was missing, and normally I have the words for what was missing, and I don't know what it was. It was just something like, if you watch this movie, what can you find that's memorable?
I mean, it's probably another one of those, like, what do you call them? Cult classic type thingies where you're going to have to be a fan of the game and the movie in order to have it part of your obsession.
So sort of like Evil Dead?
I guess, if that's what you want to compare it to.
Yeah, I guess that's the best thing I can compare.
I mean, to me, it's more like Twilight. Either you like Twilight or you don't. And I feel like Borderlands is going to be the same. Either you're going to like it or you're not. There's not really a whole lot of in-between in it. So, I mean, that's about it for the movie. So the video game, it says it's a first-person shooter game, or loot shooter. It's an open world with some roleplay video game elements. I think I counted 9 video games that are included within their pocket, or whatever you want to call it. It seems to be pretty popular as far as what Wikipedia says. And I mean, and this could be another one of those ones where you might really enjoy the video game and the video game aspect and stuff like that, but you're going to hate the movie because you do love the video games that much. And it might be one where you might enjoy the movie and you're never going to pick up the video game. So it all really goes down to, you need to watch it and make the decision for yourself. Don't listen to this episode and be like, oh, they didn't really enjoy it, so I'm not even going to watch it. I do encourage you to make that own decision on your own, because it is going to be one of those films that is either you do or you don't like it, and you have to form your own opinion.
True. I'll agree with that. And like I said, with the video game aspect of it, it has spin-offs and different things. So Borderlands is something that's popular. So like Stacey said, so this movie will not make my archive. I'm going to still rate it as a movie of dumpster juice for me. Cult classic things that can happen with this, yes, I'll give it that, because it is going to have that kind of following, sort of like Rocky Horror Theater or something. Not everybody digs Rocky
Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, not everybody digs it, but the people that do and the people that follow it have a strong following, and it makes its money.
Right.
Not everything is always based on the box office numbers and how they do there. So on that note, I'm JR.
And I'm Stacey.
And this has been Sparrows Under Review.